Now at 6, our eyes are on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home 1 day after it was searched by FBI agents.
Several top Republicans calling the move political. Meanwhile, the FBI and the Justice Department are staying tight-lipped.
We're live on air and always streaming on CBS News Miami.
Life has its seasons and its cycles, right? The objective is to make sure and to ensure that Donald J. Trump, this man, never sets one foot behind the desk of the Oval Office.
But you talk about Trump all the time. So do you consider him to be
I don't talk about Trump all the time.
ultra MAGA? You guys were criticizing his handling of COVID last week. You've mentioned his January 6th response a couple days ago. So can you say, based on all that, I didn't say anything about Mar-a-Lago. I'm just asking you if you consider the president to be...
I'm saying from here, I'm not going to comment on that.
A red-blooded American should be voting in this upcoming election to kick the Democrats out of office and restore sanity to the American people.
You're hiring 87,000 IRS agents.
That's a bad thing.
But you're telling me you're not going to increase audits. I mean, imagine me telling my dad.
That's a dumb thing.
I bought 87,000 red Solo cups, but I'm not having a keg party.
Exactly. And think about it this way, Jimmy. The size of the IRS just increased by 600%.
That's madness.
It is now going to be larger than the FBI, the Pentagon, Border Patrol, and the State Department combined.
That's bananas.
And according to the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, 90% of the targeting will be under $200,000, middle America, low-income Americans, and small business owners.
That is nuts.
We're just not going to comment on that.
Is this White House?
We're just not going to comment on that.
Is this White House?
Saying, quote, it's a prosecutorial misconduct, the weaponization of the justice system, and an attack by radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024.
Let me tell you what I think. What happened to Donald Trump last night was a continuing example of the left's attempt for the last 7 years to take this man down. That search warrant and the subsequent execution of that warrant was nothing more than a subterfuge, a fishing expedition to get whatever they can against this man, because in 7 years they have not been able to get anything against him.
That is ostensibly about this issue of preserving presidential records, but Andy McCarthy came on today and wrote a really good piece today that's in the New York Post that you can read, where he basically said, look, they're casting a wide net, exactly what Janine is saying. They're looking to fish through all of these documents and see if they can find anything that can help them in this larger picture of what they're working on with this grand jury, because they're under a lot of pressure to come up with something to get him not to run again in 2024.
Over the Presidential Records Act, Greg. That's like a librarian sending armed agents into your house. The Presidential Records Act, first of all, we can't even trust that this warrant wasn't corrupt. I mean, they cooked up a fake warrant last time when they spied on the Trump campaign. They doctored evidence. They forged documents to get it. How do we know they're not planning evidence right now? They planted evidence with Crooked and the CIA and the FBI already. And you can't trust this judge. They said, oh, well, a judge must have signed off on it. The judge is an Obama donor. The judge defended Jeffrey Epstein's team. You can't trust this guy.
Look, just be straight about it.
All of these liars will be sued after the election is over.
Community. This was his tweet just a little while ago tonight. You see the scare quotes there. The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange. We're actually told, intelligence sources tell NBC News since this tweet has been posted, that actually this intelligence briefing for the president-elect was always planned for Friday. It hasn't been delayed. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.